Good morning. This is Betty, Fancy Grandma. I'm going to make another video for you this morning. If you like my videos, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. You'll be subscribed every time. This video I'm going to make for one of my subscribers. He wanted me to make homemade noodles. We've been making these noodles in our family for ever since I can remember, and I'm 90. I tell you what, I can't remember not having noodles on Thanksgiving. We always had noodles. But anyway, I'm going to show you what I do. Now, first of all, I usually take a old hen, but I didn't have an old hen, so I bought one of these young frying chickens at Aldi's, the big fat one. So you boil it. I boiled it in this pan right here. I put the chicken in here and put water about that deep over him, up to the top of him, and boiled it. This is the broth I got out of him. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I got that much broth out of that chicken. The water, it makes good, rich broth. You don't want to take the fat off, leave the fat on there. But anyway, I'm going to turn that off for a little bit. And then this is the chicken I got out of it. You can put the chicken part of it back in the noodles, or I don't like my chicken in my noodles, so I use this for chicken salad. You can make chicken sandwiches. You can make chicken enchiladas. You can just use it for all kinds of things. So anyway, this is the chicken I got out of that chicken after I boiled it. And I'm going to show you how I make the noodles. I'm just going to make 2 eggs because I don't want that many noodles. Used to, when the kids was all home, I made like 8 eggs. That was a lot of noodles. But they love noodles. So I'm just going to make 2 eggs today. It's very simple. Just beat them, stir them eggs up. Not really much to it. We're going to start stirring flour in them eggs. You want to put all the flour you can get in them. Pour a lot of flour in there. I've got just Pillsbury flour. We're going to mix that up there. You're going to think it's not going to go in there, but it will. You want a real stiff dough when you get through. Now I'm going to pour flour out on my cutting board. A lot of flour. Take these out of this pan now. It's not really hard to make these once you start making them. I've been making them for years. Mom made them, my grandma made them, her grandma made them, everybody made them. We've made them in our family for years. And we want to get this in a ball. Get it out of there. We're going to pour it onto our board right here. We're going to start working flour in them until they get so stiff that you can't work no more flour in them. You want them real, real hard. Just work them until you don't think you can get any more flour in them, and get a little more in them. I mean, it's not going to, it don't take long to do it. It's not that hard. But I've got a small batch, so it shouldn't take too long. But like I said, I used to make 8 eggs, and I'm making 2 eggs right now. Just keep working flour in them. You don't want them sticky. If they feel sticky, keep working flour. These feel like they're getting pretty good. But this has always been a family tradition. Every Thanksgiving we have chicken and noodles. And mashed potatoes. They're delicious, mashed potatoes. Anyway, I think that's hard enough. I mean, enough flour. It don't feel too sticky anymore. Anyway, maybe I'll do like Julia's high child. She beats hers with a pan, but I'm not going to beat mine. And it's hard to start rolling them because you think they're not going to roll because they're so stiff, but they'll roll. Just keep it working. They'll get flatter and flatter. Just take a little time to get them to start rolling. Maybe I do like Julia Child. She beats her bread. I don't know why. I think she said to make the gluten work down or something. Anyway, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep rolling and working. But that's about all there is to it. Just keep working until you get them rolled out. See, they're starting to spread out now. Yeah, they're working really good. Get this flour back up there. I usually do them on the table or somewhere big because this counter is not very big, but I'm going to use this counter today so I can show you how to do it. Okay, I think that's about thin enough. You want them about probably 1/8 of an inch maybe, or a little more, I don't know, I never did measure. Anyway, now what we're going to do is pour a lot of flour on these. You're going to have flour all over. Then we're going to roll them up. See, it don't actually take long once you get used to it. Anyway, we roll them up. And I like a real thin knife to cut mine with. So I'm going to take this really thin knife. That's all I use this old knife for, is that. Anyway, we're going to lay them here. And I'm going to put them back. I'm going to put them back in this bowl right here. So I want a little bit of flour in it, so it won't stick when I throw them in. That's. Anyway, we're going to start slicing. I'll show you how it's. Let me get that broth turned back on. But I want this boiling. Anyway, just start slicing them like this. Little wheels, not too thick, really kind of thin. But if they're too thick, they won't be that good. But anyway, then you just unroll them. When my kids was home, this was their job. They loved to unroll these. When I had grandkids, they would unroll them for me. But they loved to help Grandma make noodles and Mama. So anyway, they thought they was really doing something when they unrolled them noodles for me. And I guess it was. It saved me from having to do it. But every one of my kids has done it. My grandkids has done it. So anyway, this is how you do it. Just keep slicing them like that. Take them and pull them, unroll them. That's why you put a lot of flour on them so they won't stick together, because we don't want them sticking together. And I've got flour in my bowl too, see? I just kind of work flour in them as I go. Okay, now I've already got some made here. I made these earlier, but that's what they're going to look like. And I'm going to take them over here. My broth is boiling, so I'm going to start putting them in this broth. Just take a few at a time and put it in this boiling chicken broth. Just drop them in there like that. And we'll have the delicious noodles after a while. But just keep dropping them in a few at a time. It don't take long to make these at all. An old hen actually makes better broth, but I couldn't find an old hen, so I'm just using this old chicken I got from Aldi's. But anyway, I'm going to show Joey how to make homemade noodles. And if anybody wants any of my noodles, come get them, because I won't eat them all. This makes a pretty good sized pan of them. But just keep dropping them in here. You can also freeze them if you don't cut them first. Just freeze the roll of them, but I'm not going to freeze them. I'm just going to go ahead and cook them. You don't want to get too many in here. It'll get too thick. But this is so delicious with mashed potatoes. Oh, it's so good. Wouldn't be Thanksgiving without mashed potatoes and noodles. I may put some of these in here too, because I think I've got enough broth here. Anyway, just let them sit here and cook a while. It probably maybe 5 minutes, maybe a little longer, just as long as you want to cook them. may take longer than 5 minutes. I don't know. I'll show you what they look like when I get through. You can also use self-rising flour. I don't. I just use regular flour. Mom always used regular flour, but some people, I guess, use self-rising flour, but I don't. Anyway, we're going to put a little pepper and salt in. I'm not going to put no salt because I don't think they got plenty of salt because my chicken was pretty salty. But I'm going to put some pepper in them. Keep stirring them around. It'll take a little while for them to cook, but they'll be worth it once you get them cooked. It's not too hot. I'll show you how they look. Can you see them noodles down? Can you see them noodles in that pan? That's what they're going to look like. But we're going to cook them a little bit longer. I used to make these pans clear full of noodles. And just like I said, you can use this chicken. You can put a little bit of chicken back in there if you want chicken, but I don't. But I use this chicken for like chicken sandwiches. It makes delicious sandwiches. It makes delicious chicken salad, chicken enchiladas. It won't be wasted around here. Anyway, you'll know when these get done. Just cook them until they look like they're getting tender. But anyway, Joey, that's all there is to making noodles. Now you can make them. Have a blessed day. Bye.